What's up, guys? So I want to go through some really powerful exercises for stabilizing the low back, which are going to make a massive difference in, over time, your ability to hold your adjustments and support what we're doing with the adjustments. And so there's 3 levels to this exercise. It's called the McGill Big 3. And if you haven't gotten the middle one yet, you're going to get to that one. This one we're going to do is if you're just starting out, and we need to start with something really basic and simple. We're going to start with this, then we're going to work up to level 2, which is the big 3, and then level 3, which is the advanced big 3. So that's where you're going, but we got to start somewhere. So we're going to start with level 1 right here. So the first thing I want you to do is you're going to lay on your back. And once you get down here on your back, what I want you to really focus on here is have one leg straight and the other leg bent. And what you're going to notice is if you're laying here, there's going to be a gap underneath your low back. And if you go down, put your hand down there, you're going to feel that. Now, the problem with doing this exercise that we're going to do first is the modified crunch. Is if you do a crunch and you don't have your hand there or your arm there, what happens is you do this, and your lumbar spine that normally has a little bit of a curvature in there is going to flatten out. And then when you come back, it's going to extend and flatten and extend. And if you have a lot of pain in the low back and the low back is really sensitive, that amount of movement can create what's known as a flexion extension intolerance, and you end up with pain from that. So what you want to do is put your hand, so you can even roll over a little bit, put your hand right underneath the middle of your low back. So now that curvature is supported. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take a breath in, you're going to hold it, and then you're going to tighten like that. Get everything real tight and start there. Then what I want you to try to do is breathe a little bit while it's tight. So if you walk right now, this is still tight, but I'm breathing while I'm keeping it tight. Then from there, what you're going to do is then you're going to lift up slightly. The goal is to get to here. This is the level 2. Level 2 would be breathe in, tight, and then lift up the shoulders right above the ground. So you see my head's not going out. My chin is tucked in. I'm lifting my sternum up lightly, and then I'm keeping it real tight and holding. And then if you want, you can even float your leg up, eat both legs and lift your legs up and hold that and breathe, hold tight. So that's what you want to work towards. But let's back up a little bit. If let's say you can't even lift up like that, let's say you're like, oh, I'm straining to go here. Don't worry about lifting your shoulders up at all. So what you can do is you're laying here and then breathe in, tighten, and then just give yourself, like right now, I'm trying to lift up, but I'm not. So what that means is I'm using like 50% effort. This would be 100% effort. 50% effort, you're engaging everything. You're just not lifting everything up. So it's going to put less stress or tension in your low back. Or if you don't have the strength to go up all the way and hold it, you can start there by breathing in, tight, and then engage as if you were going to lift. And then breathe there. Take 6 breaths. And then relax. And you're going to do that 6 times. Okay? Then next is going to be a side plank. But we're going to do a modified side plank. So what I want you to do is you're going to lay down in your sexy pose. So this is what we call the sexy pose right here. You're just like this. You're right on your knees. Your hip, your thighs are right there. And then the goal is to get your legs back a little bit. So you don't want the knees too far in front of the thighs. You're on your elbow, or you can do it on your hand here like this. And then all you do is from your knees, you lift your hips up, just like that. But before you do that, come back down. What I want you to do is take a breath in, lengthen all this. Then contract, tighten everything. Then with everything tight, lift. Now this stays tight, this stays tight, this stays tight, and you're breathing while you're holding. So if you come by again, this is going to be real tight. So I don't want to see any of while you're holding it there. Keep it tight. Don't move at all. Don't let your stomach go in and out. You want to breathe while you're creating tension, just like there on the knees. So that's level 1. Then the other level 1 is for the quadruped. So you're going to be on all fours, and I want to show you, I apologize, I'm going to do this direction because I want you guys to see something. So you're going to be on all fours just like this, and what a lot of people do is the goal is to lift opposite arm, opposite leg. What most people do is they lean like this and then go like this, so they're balancing on that knee and they're not really engaging their core at all. So here's what I want you to do. When you do this and you go to lift, just lift the leg first. If you notice, I'm not shifting my weight at all. It's just legs straight out. My body's not going this way. My body's not going this way. It's my body staying perfectly still and lifting up. And you want to do the exact same thing. Breathe in, engage first, and then lift. So if you're looking at it this way, it's just here and just straight out. And don't do this. Don't do this. Legs straight, back neutral, body perfectly in line, no swaying or movement back and forth, just right there. And then if you can, just lift that other hand up slightly. That's all you need to do. And then hold it. 6 breaths, switch to the other side 6 times. So modified crunch, 6 breaths 6 times. Then you do the modified side plank, 6 breaths 6 times. Then you do the quadruped, 6 breaths 6 times. And then you can do that for anywhere from 3 to 6 rounds. I hope that's helpful. It'll be a great start. Once you do these, let us know if it's too easy for you or if it's challenging for you. Let us know when you feel like you've mastered it, and then we'll send you the video for level 2 and then level 3. And then by the time you get through level 3, the progress that you're going to notice between the adjustments, primarily correcting those structural misalignments, taking pressure off the nerves, and allowing that proper adaptation to occur. And then you combine that with level 1, level 2, and level 3. It's going to make a huge difference. So I hope this was helpful, and let us know if you have any questions.